Mississippi Magnolia. I said, okay, everybody is here. I feel like I'm echoing. Am I echoing? Okay, I feel like I'm echoing. So first of all, there's an article in Madame Noir. Let me get my glasses together. Now I gotta get my Cynthia Bailey eyewear that's been in the closet or in the drawer. They so dusty, but they help me read. Hold on. Ooh. Okay. So there's this article in Madame Noir about Chilli from TLC, and she's basically saying that black women should be more open to the possibility of finding love in other races. While I do agree with Chilli, I mean, but I'm just trying to figure out who we've seen her with. We've seen her with Usher. We've seen Chilli with Nick Cannon. We seen Chilli with Floyd Mayweather. Um, I don't know. I mean, maybe she's keeping all these sugar daddies under wraps. Wait a minute, let me see what she said. She said, hold on, I'm gonna give you a direct quote. If you remember back in 2010, Chilli had a 2-season reality show on VH1 titled What Chilli Wants. You remember that? Chilli was dating. She was dating, she had a long list of romances. We saw her out there, dating or whatever. But Chilli has not yet settled down. And so, in the meantime, in the years since the show, Chilli has decided, hey, I can't see nothing when it comes to these glasses. In the years since the show, uh, Chilli has continued to date but hasn't settled down with anyone yet. She has some advice for black women to follow. Even though she hasn't settled down, she got some advice for y'all. Hold on. I'm going to tell you what Chilli wants y'all to know. Chilli said, wait, where am I? Am I on the thing? I'm trying to get my face together and I'm damn near all over the place. Hold on. I know Zills is like, what the hell is she doing? This is what I'm doing, Zills. I'm doing this right here. Doing this right here, trying to move me. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Okay, whatever. Anyway, in the years since, she spoke with Essence recently to promote her 8-part Netflix music documentary, Once in a Lifetime, which will focus on TLC. Chilli offered up some dating advice and said she hopes black women will follow. The 47-year-old states, I want for women, especially women of color, to not be so closed-minded when it comes to love. Chilli, who identifies as mixed, said, she continued to stress her point, saying, God made all of us, and you may not find your husband because you're trying to stick to one group. You've got to be open. She followed up those statements by stressing the importance of finding the right man for you, regardless of race. Because if you limit yourself, you could possibly be missing out. Somebody sent me this, and I guess they and they feelings about it. But I mean, I kind of agree with Chilli at this point because we can't continue to limit ourselves when the men out here aren't limiting themselves. Let me continue. You want the person. This is what else Chilli was saying. You want the person who's the best person for you, no matter what color he is. Chilli gives an update on her current love life and revealed that she is indeed testing the waters and dating someone currently. And no, he's not black. As far as that infamous list she used to have, well, it's gotten even longer. She says it's still long, maybe a little longer. I know what I bring to the table. So, if you recall Chilli's what Chilli wants, and she was dating, and she had this long list of requirements, and nobody could match up to her requirements, and here we are years later. Chilli still is unmarried, has never been married. I mean, she's been engaged, kind of, sort of, almost, but not really to Usher. She has had a few, known love relationships, but what is she doing with her love life? I mean, we don't know. We don't see her out there. But Chili wants y'all to know that y'all need to date outside your race. And it's very important because you may find your soulmate. Instead of trying to stick to one person, to one race, instead of dating just black, when black men aren't dating just black, you, my black sisters, need to be down with the swirl. That's what Chili said. SJ no chill said that was 20 years ago and still nothing. Look, you cannot judge the woman for still being single. She has requirements that haven't been met yet. And I keep telling y'all, like, at the end of the day, stay single, don't settle. And if she's not willing to settle, and she's 47, 48, whatever age she is at this point, what's the problem? What is the problem? Y'all act like having a husband is the end all be all. If she's happy in her life, she actually, she's had a child, she had a lot of fruitful relationships. What is the problem? If she wants to date outside her race, whatever that is, because she's of mixed heritage. I mean, what Chili wants y'all to do that. She's giving y'all black women this advice. What do y'all think? Are y'all down with the swirl or not? Or not? I want to hear what y'all got to say. Are y'all swiping? Are y'all swiping? Hold on, let me let me get my look. Are y'all swiping? Are y'all are y'all looking for Mr. Right? Are y'all looking for y'all Prince Charming out there? Like, I mean, where is he? Are y'all? Can we find him? Where he at? I want to know where he at. What y'all saying in this chat? I'm cracking up right now. You said fuck swirling. This mixed African and American lady. Serena did it. Serena's happy. I mean, Meghan Markle did it. I'm just trying to figure out why are y'all so hell bent against dating outside your race? What's wrong with swiping left or swiping right? I'm not drunk. Not yet. I'm actually drinking coffee because I got some things to do tonight. So I'm gonna be up a while. That's why I decided to come on and like talk to y'all and see what y'all are doing. I'm wired right now, man. This caffeine ain't no joke. Hold on, let me see. Where's the phone number? I was cracking up. I really was. Put the phone number in here. Cancel that. Bam. Minus this out. Yes. I wanna know why y'all not down with the swirl. I really wanna know. Let me put this phone number up here. Bam. There you go. I wanna know why y'all not down with the swirl. What is the problem? Why can't we do what all the black men of the world are doing and find us a nice wholesome Caucasian man to settle down? Why can't we date foreign? Why can't we look outside instead of like holding on to hope when it seems like there isn't any? Y'all keep saying everybody's single, don't nobody wanna, I don't know. Y'all got Future out there, Future down with Future singing about foreign women, Trey Songz singing about foreign women, Drake singing about foreign women, Kanye got him a foreign woman.
Joining the conference now. You are currently the only person in this conference.
Why can't we have a foreign man? Why are y'all so afraid of dating outside of your race? Ladies. You saying no swirling? No swirling, but the blackest dude that you see is always down for the swirl. Why y'all can't swirl? He had lows. Is that what we need to meet him? We swiping right. I don't understand. Where's our Prince Charming? I can't find him. Wait. Y'all not trying to call in. Hold on. Where's the Oh, this music is here. I don't see it on here. There it is. Are y'all gonna swipe right? Are y'all gonna swipe left? What y'all gonna do? Don't miss your blessing fooling around. Exactly. Y'all are so close-minded. Monica says she agrees with Chili. Black women should explore all the options. Yes. Do I want to? This ain't about me. I'm telling you what Chili wants. Personally, oh, there's a call. I'm off the hook. Caller 5458. Thank you, Robin. Caller 5458. You're on the line.
Hey, Michelle. This is Nicole. Nicole. How
Hey,
are you
Nicole.
tonight?
Nicole, how you doing?
So you want to know what's up with black women not dating white men?
Yes.
Okay. Let me turn this down.
From your
So I will
perspective.
speak from experience. I have dated multiple white men, not a lot, but a handful of white men. And I've also dated an Asian man. And I would definitely say that white men were way more attentive than black men that I've dated. And I'm in my mid-30s. I mean, they would cater to you. They would cook for you, rub your feet, and they talk really sweet to you. A completely different experience than dating black men. However, there's a lot of headaches that come along with it. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. What are the
Okay, I'm a little
headaches?
nervous.
No, don't be nervous. It's
so that,
just us girls.
so okay, so the headaches, mainly you have to deal with like their family, and you have to deal with people accepting you in a way. If it's getting serious, a lot of times they may stop it, or you may have roadblocks because it's like you have to deal with a lot of drama with their families. A lot of people are not open to it. That was something that I experienced.
Okay.
I'm a working professional, so it's just sometimes a job too. And
So,
another thing that I've experienced too. Mm-hmm.
oh, I was just saying, well, I'll let you finish. Go ahead. I have a
Okay.
question.
Another thing that I've experienced too is like these men sometimes fetishize like black women.
Ooh.
And that was something that you have to be careful. Not saying that it can't work. Like you said, look at Serena, look at all of these other like real black women who aren't biracial or racially ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
Like these women are having successful or appear to have successful relationships. But with me, I prefer a black man because I think it's so much bigger and deeper than just only just find someone to date someone. You have to have a connection.
Right.
At the end of the day, like I have way more in common with the black man than with the white man. And I also felt like I couldn't really be myself 100% neither with any of the men. But yeah,
So,
in a nutshell.
okay, so you're open to dating white and black and whatever. So, have you had an issue finding a black man that fits all of your requirements?
Honey, yes.
Whew,
So like
okay.
I said before, I am a working professional. I'm in my mid-30s. A matter of fact, you and I have the same birthday, so our birthday is coming up in a
Oh,
couple of days.
happy birthday, fellow
And I
Leo.
happy birthday to you, honey.
Thank you.
And I'm making six figures. And I feel like I probably focus a lot on like education, so I feel like I'm really behind the curve. I don't have any kids. I've never been married. I've come close to a couple proposals. I've dated men who were bisexual or on the DL, which is a whole other topic.
That's a whole nother topic, right?
I'm very open right now. I'm being very, very transparent. But I don't know. I've had a hard time. Now I'm open to like maybe dating younger guys, but I've always pretty much dated 10 years, 5 years, 10 years and older.
Do you mind sharing your
But I've had a really
age?
hard time. Huh?
Do you mind sharing your age?
I am 36.
Okay. Well, I'm a bit older than you, but I completely understand the like well, in my range, I just feel like there's like a lot of men who just aren't available. I mean, I see a lot of them out there. I meet a lot of them out there, but they already have a woman, a wife,
Yes.
all of this, and
Yes.
they're not available, period. So it's like there are a lot of people, especially in Atlanta, who are willing to, just throw caution to the wind and get into these relationships with these unavailable men. But at the end of the day, why would you do that to yourself? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's an interesting dynamic when it comes to like age and your requirements and where certain people are in life basis, versus where you are in life. It's interesting.
Right. And I consider myself very intelligent. I have multiple degrees. And I don't really want to discuss what I do, but
That's
just put it
fine.
this way, my job takes me all over the world. So I think that has been somewhat of the issue too. But I've met all types of men. I mean, I can't even count on my hands anymore.
Wow. But okay, so how do you meet your potential suitors? Do you meet them on dating apps? Do you meet them out in the world at work? Just if you feel like sharing, I'm taking notes.
Sure. Well, I don't know if you want to take notes from me because I'm still single, honey.
Well,
But
so am I.
in
We
the
can
past,
share.
okay, so I have lived, okay, I've lived in the DC area, the DMV area, in the South. I've lived on the West Coast. I've lived in Italy. And I have tried dating apps. When Tinder was like brand new, I tried that maybe about 5 years ago. And that was a whole other issue there. But I still actually keep in touch with a couple of guys on there. But Tinder, I wouldn't recommend Tinder. All you guys who know about Tinder, I do not recommend that. It's nothing but a hookup app. eHarmony, I tried that. That was the last app that I tried,
Okay.
or dating site. And I didn't really have much success, but the men were definitely more serious about getting serious or meeting someone with potential.
On
I've
eHarmony.
tried, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I've tried eHarmony. I mean, I've tried Match in the past. I've tried Plenty of Fish. Back in the day when it was Black Planet.
Wow.
I tried
Plenty of
Black
Fish used to
Planet
be
back in the
Black
day, my
Planet.
college days. Hmm?
I said Plenty of Fish used to be Black Planet. I had no idea.
No, well, no. I was just saying that I don't
Yeah.
know if Black Planet still exists, but
Oh no.
I was on there in the past.
Okay. Okay.
And that's pretty much it. But none of those were a success for me. Like I said, I still have a few friends that I keep in touch from like Tinder.
Uh-huh.
But one guy is actually uh, very well to do off. He's actually a white guy, but he and I are just solely just completely friends. But now, I mean, I've tried meeting guys at work, which is kind of difficult. There aren't really a lot of options. They're pretty much taken. And because of my career, it wasn't really, they weren't really available. I put it that way.
Wow.
Now I just prefer to meet someone the old school organic way. But another thing I will say, I've had to change my mindset and to look and seem more approachable too. That's made somewhat of a difference, and just being open, because I believe the universe, it's bigger, and I believe when the whole law of attraction, like I think you know about, but I've had some success with that. Like right now, I'm in a place where I'm trying to be open. So not much luck, but I'm still trying.
I'm still trying to. But I appreciate your transparency and I appreciate you sharing with me so much. I mean, it's hard out there. Dating is difficult, and I feel like it's difficult no matter what age range, because everybody have their own requirements of what they're looking for in a mate, and at the end of the day, the dating pool. I don't know about you, or where were you? You're in the DMV. Where are you at right now?
No, ma'am, I'm not in the
Oh.
DMV area. I'm actually in the South
Oh,
now.
okay. Well, I don't know
Yeah,
about you and where you are, but in Atlanta, it just seems like the dating pool gets smaller and smaller and smaller every year, and it's like, I
yeah.
mean, I don't know, but I travel too. There's a lot, I do have friends in different area codes and stuff, but it's like when you're looking for a long term partner, like there's just so much
hmm
drama and stuff. But anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. But anyway, thank you, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Have a good
All
night.
right, you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, y'all don't want to talk about dating, huh? Y'all don't want to tell me about y'all's dating situation. Somebody asked the question, would you date? Am I better now? Refresh if you haven't already. Refresh because I should be better now. Am I still buffering, you guys? Press one if I'm buffering. Press two if I'm clear. Because it's saying, hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me make sure I got everything together. Am I still buffering? Somebody said, if the caller is attractive, why does she need dating sites? Good-looking women never have a problem. All kind of men want them. That's the thing, Ms. French Twist. All kinds of men may want you, but they may not be the men that you want. Regardless of looks, attractiveness, money, all of that. At the end of the day, like everybody who wants you is not dateable. So, everybody keeps talking about. Look, I have a lot of single friends my age. I have a lot of single friends my age that are unmarried without kids. So I'm not an anomaly. So when I see, when I hear, these stories and dating stories and situations like that, it's just like, what do we do? None of us are really too open as the way Chili feels like we should. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like we're gonna have to be. Eventually, we're gonna have to be. It says I'm green now. Can y'all see me? I like all men too, K Archie. I like all men too. Hold on. If it's still buffering, I may have to start over. Hold on. Let me try this one more time. Zills, what's it looking like? Am I clear yet? Somebody said looks will not keep a relationship. That is true. That is true. That's why I'm like, what do you mean if you're relatively attractive, you don't need dating apps? At the end of the day, I know so many people on dating apps cute, ugly, fat, skinny, whatever. I know a lot of people who are single, cute, ugly, fat, skinny, or whatever. But yeah, it's all about enjoying life, Cake Baker. I agree with you. You have to be open. You have to be open to trying new experiences, meeting new people, all of that. That might be the problem. You are self employed and not meeting men at work. Work is where you meet a lot of men now, I think. True. That is true. I'm buffering again. Shall I start over? What do you think? Or should I wait to see if it clears up? Let me see what my Wi Fi looking like. My Wi Fi is strong. I don't know why it's buffering. And I don't have anything else open, do I? Nope. Everything is closed. Can we trust interracial dating during this Trump climate? Child, that's a whole nother can of worms. I don't know. I'm in the wrong city. Well, that's the point. Like I date outside of my city. I date outside of, you know, it's just so difficult. It's just so. I'm starting to feel like Chili. I got a list of requirements that may never be met. I don't know. I don't know. You would never date another. Oh, Kendra, I want to know your story. Can you call in and tell me why you would never date another Caucasian man ever? I would have a friendly convo with people about sports or whatever. I don't allow a negative history to close me off. There are some nice people. There are nice people, Tessie, and I've had like a lot of interesting conversations with people of every ethnicity and race, and I just never. But when it comes to play, hey, you wanna? Um, hmm. I don't know. I just like chocolate. I'm sorry. I don't know. We are there with them, but they go home to somebody. What? This is it's clear for you. It's not buffering, but it's in slow motion. I'm mad about that. Let me see if I can. I want to fix that. It shouldn't be. It should not be output. Um, my output is fine. Okay, we have a call. Okay, I'm green. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying. If not, it will be clear when it uploads. Caller 0839, you're on the line.
Hello, I'm not sure if that's me.
Yes, that is you. Turn your computer down or your phone.
No, actually, I'm on a phone, another phone. I don't have your phone on, so I'm using two phones. Can you
Okay,
hear
well,
me?
what you're listening to me on or watching me on, turn that down and just listen to me through what you call me on, so you won't be confused because
Okay,
there's
I've
a delay.
started that all the way down. Okay. I hope that's better.
That is better. Who am I speaking with?
All right, let me turn. Hello?
Hi, who am I speaking with?
Did you say how am I doing? My name is Patricia, and I'm calling from the ATL.
Yes, Patricia.
I'm by way of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here about 3 years, and I'm so glad that you are talking about this subject. Oh my God. Thank you so much. This is an awesome subject. So I came in late. I still hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Uh oh. You got it.
What I'm going to say is I'm a widow. I'm a widow since, excuse me, I lost my husband in the year of 2000. Okay?
Okay.
And my voice might be a little shaky because it's still sort of emotional, what we're going through just as black females.
Mm.
Okay? I've raised my children. I am a mature adult. I'm in my early 50s. Since then, I'm telling you, the pool, our pool, you all are aware, our pool, we don't have a lot to choose from. Now, again, I came in late, but I've been very open and receptive as an individual, as a single woman. I've worked in several industries, from corporate all the way to, other industries since I came here in the ATL. But I'm going to tell you, what's going on is that I'm gonna always stay with my brothers. I never veered away from my brothers. There's nothing like my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, I have thought about it. Yes, that comes to mind. But however, when I think about it, I think that, and I'm not racist. I'm just being real. I don't think no one's going to respect us as black females or understand what we go through. And even our black males, they don't get it because it's a female. We just carry everything. But to think another person from another culture will have some level of understanding that a black female needs and who will appreciate us, that's not going to happen. And so while I remain open, I cannot agree that we should look in other pools. I think that our black brothers just need help. I ain't gonna lie. It's this large disparity in the number of, how can I say, encouraging brothers who need to talk to these young men, because I've raised three sons. My youngest is 27, and I have a 27-year-old, 29-year-old, and a 33-year-old.
Okay.
So my husband, like I mentioned, he passed, and they were young.
Uh-huh.
So I'm telling you, I'm just glad you're talking about it. I hope you continue to have a forum for us to speak about the issue. I'm not going to go away from my black brothers. I don't believe that when my father passed on in 2009, and I don't believe when God created him that he broke the mold. I refuse to believe it because, yes, I was raised in a family parent household, and I don't. It has made a profound difference in my life. Now, I'm not sure if that's what's going on in society, and I'm not trying to be presumptuous or demonizing anyone's lifestyle. I just was raised in a household, saw two parents work together, didn't see arguing. I didn't see him talk to her condescendingly. I didn't see them argue. But I'm sure their stuff was going on, but they didn't let us see it. I just don't believe that we see that these days a whole lot. It seems like since the 70s, everything just changed. But I'm going to tip my hat off. You made me feel better just from saying this. I'm just praying for us as a people that we can somehow just get it back together. But I'm not stepping in the pool. But thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing your story. I feel similarly to you, but at the end of the day, like you listen to people like Chilli, and you see Serena, and you see all these other women who have decided, look, if I love someone and he's not black, then I'm going for it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if we're all as open as others are. You know what I mean? Like, especially the women. Our black women, we want a black man, period. And it seems like, we'll wait, and, it seems like we're a dying breed at this point because everybody else has moved on to whatever their preference of their flavor of the moment is. So, what options do we have as black women?
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring up something that might be a pink elephant in the room, and it needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
As black females, we are not. Again, we don't have to choose from because of most of them. Let's be honest. Most of our black men, they have them caught up. Either a lot of them are going through, a lot of them are trying to work. Some of them are incarcerated. Some of them are have different sexual preferences, like bisexuals, or a lot of them are gay because of the incarceration. We have to talk about this issue, and I'm not homophobic. I swear I'm not. I'm just looking at the big picture. A lot of the gentlemen who chooses, or those who choose to walk another sexual lifestyle, they are very, how can I say, aggressive, and they get out there too. Hello?
No, somebody's clicked in. I got it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We have to be totally honest. We actually, it ain't like women and women. Back in the day, it was a woman, who we had to deal with, you know what I'm saying? But now we got our black males who, you know what I mean? And they want these, the ones who are supposed to be heterosexual, they're coming at them. It's something that needs to be talked about. I don't have any suggestions. It seems like it's a spiritual thing. That's all I'm going to say. That we got to pray, Lord God. But what are we going to do? Because I have grandchildren, young granddaughters. I can't even imagine if I'm in my 50s and I've been single since 2000. I'm a very, I'm a good person. You understand? I have a lot to offer.
Right.
But it's like these men just either want to, they're not going to commit. They're not going to commit. You have to be careful, ladies. That's what I'm going to say. Please, y'all be careful on these dating lines, chat lines going out. They could pretend that they are, of a certain caliber. And especially, please have your own vehicles. Please carry something on you, ladies. It's a different type of spirit out here, especially with us as black females. And a lot of men might think we're desperate, but we're not.
Right.
We just refuse to just settle for anything, but we're not stupid either. So women, be careful out here. Make sure people know where you're going. If you go on dates and stuff, have something on you. Because since I've been single, man, it's only been the Lord Jesus from the times that I have went out, and I found myself in situations that has brought me from some dangerous things. So, ladies, peace, love to all of us, just as a black nation and as a people, stay prayed up.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say.
And thank you so much for calling. You made some great points. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, my sister. Peace and love
All
to
right,
you.
peace and
Good
love to you
night.
too. Bye bye. Whew, y'all are man. Y'all talking about this is so damn sad. Look, I didn't want to like bring you down or whatever, but I do want to have the conversation because like people keep saying that we aren't open, that we're too closed minded, that we won't allow ourselves to fall in love with anybody else besides Idris Elba or Denzel or whoever else. But I believe that there are men out there who still love black women despite what you may think. Caller 0041, you are on the line.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
I can't believe I got through again.
Well, clearly, don't nobody want to share their dating stories with me tonight. I know it's Sunday night. Everybody got to get up, child. But I'm the only night owl in the crew. But who am I speaking to
well,
tonight?
my name is Shannon, and I'm calling from Texas.
Hey, Shannon. What do you think? Are you
Hi.
down with the swirl? Are you open to dating?
That is so funny that you said that, and I was online or on the internet, and I had clicked on your name and seen Live Now, and I've seen the topic about what Chilli is saying about black women should be more open to interracial dating. So I haven't been on the whole time. I just clicked on like 10 minutes ago, but I'm glad that you're having this topic. And I just wanted to share my story is, I'm a black woman and I have been married to a white man for 20 years now.
Okay.
Yes. And now, when I first met him like 20 years ago, I'm going to be honest with you because I had never dated outside of my race before. And when I started dating him, I honestly thought that it was only going to be like 3 months. And then we'd be broken up or whatever. But surprisingly, we have been together for 20 years. We have a 16-year-old daughter, and I mean, we're still going strong. So, I mean, it is possible to date outside your race, and I don't see what the big deal is. Because, like I said, I will say beforehand, I was a little hesitant about it and stuff, but I said, you know what, this guy is really going out of his way to impress me, and taking me out to these fancy places, and I'm like, okay, let me just kind of see where this goes. And Lord knows, I did not think that 20 years later we'd still be together.
Okay. Well, see,
So
and
I
the
just
thing is,
wanted to
I don't
share
feel like
that.
there's anything wrong with interracial marriages and things like that. My thing is when you're dating, like people have this preconceived notion that no, I don't want to date anybody other than a black guy. I don't want to date anybody other than somebody that's in my culture, whatever that culture is. And so I feel like Chili is saying just keep an open mind, and you know. I don't know if it's right, wrong, or whatever, but I have an open mind. I just, it's just, I've just been hesitant, or maybe I just haven't found the right person. No.
Well, I mean, I can understand why you feel like that because, like I said, I was like that too, 20 years ago. I was thinking, like, I don't know if I want to do this or if it's going to work out. Like I said, I thought it was only going to last 3 months, and here I am 20 years later. But, and I agree with her. You should be open-minded. Now, even if, like, me and my husband was to divorce today, I still would keep an open mind. Like I wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm going back to my brothers." Like I would still keep an open mind of dating outside my race again.
So what exactly have you had being in an interracial marriage? If you don't mind my asking, like, is your family open and receptive? Was his family open and receptive? Like, how was it, before y'all got married, the dating aspect of it?
Right. And no, I don't mind you asking. Actually, and I am very surprised about this, but both of our parents, like his parents treat me no different, even though I'm black. My parents the same with him, even though he's white. Like we have such a perfect, well, not I won't say perfect, but we have a really, really good relationship.
Okay.
with each side. You know what I mean? And throughout the years, we've not had to deal with people like criticism from other people or the public or anything like that. We've been very, very fortunate. We haven't really had to deal with anything. Although I will say, throughout the years, like I've been, like coworkers and stuff that like black men that were coworkers might have said, "Oh, why you dating a white dude?" and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, it's okay for you to date white women, but when it comes to us black women, we can't date white dudes. Like I didn't like that. You know what I mean? It was like a double standard. But other than that, I mean, we had a really good run. Like we haven't had to face like any harsh criticism or racism or anything like that.
A lot of people in the chat want to know is, do y'all talk about black issues like, Black Lives Matter? Do y'all, ever bump heads on the issue? Is he like all lives matter? You Black Lives Matter? Have you had any experience with racism that he said wasn't racist? You know what I'm saying? It would be difficult for him, I would think, to understand your experience as a black woman, but I don't know. What do you think?
We really haven't had a conversation about like Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. But I will say one thing I love about my husband is that he is so against racism. Like anybody, and he has had this happen before. Like he's been on a job where there has been other white people that have said like racist remarks and stuff, not realizing that his wife is black and that his child is half black. Mm-hmm. And he would report them to HR and like he would automatically like basically let them know, hey, my wife is black and stuff like that. Like he is very, very passionate about that kind of stuff. Like he despises racism. So he's that's one thing I love about him. I'll say that. Did you ask me something else, or did I go off the subject?
No,
I'm sorry.
No.
I can't remember.
That's the right subject. I mean, it's just a lot of people feel like, when you're in a relationship like that, I do agree that love is love, but when you come to certain issues that society puts on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you said, he heard people in his circle at work, making racist comments, or you may experience some issue, with, a white person, a Caucasian person out in the world. Like, how do y'all handle that together? Or but I see y'all have made it work, so.
Yeah, we have, but like, like we've dealt with just little stuff, like, when we weren't around each other. But as far as like us going out in public and anybody saying something to us about being together, we fortunately have not had to deal with anything like that. But if we were to deal with something like that, I'm pretty sure that we would handle it like we have handled the situations that we've dealt with separately. Like I was telling you, his coworkers that he's worked with in the past have made racist remarks, and he automatically came to our defense. And he even, like I said, went to the HR person. As for me, like when, the couple black men that I've worked with be like, why are you with the white dude? And I'll be like, listen, hey, you guys go with the white girls. What's the difference? And, stuff like that. I think that if we had to come across an issue like that where we were together and someone said something to us while we were out in public, we would be just like how we are when we have dealt with these issues when we weren't together. You know what I mean? Like in the same room and stuff.
Right. Well, okay. Well, I appreciate.
I just feel very fortunate that we haven't had to deal with any of that stuff, like dead on. You know what I mean? Like I've read about certain things and people have told me stories before, and I feel very fortunate we haven't had to deal with anything like that. And with us living in the South, I thought that we would have come across something like that,
what about
but we haven't. Not saying that we.
as far as like all of the
Huh?
police brutality and the issues of people accusing Trump of being, a racist. Now, all of that, this racially sensitive or heated discussion that's going on in America right now. Y'all don't ever discuss any of that.
Yeah, we've had discussions about Trump, of course. I, uh, I don't even want to get started on that, Michelle, because I'd probably be on this phone with you for a whole nother hour. But long story short, we are both in agreement on, the issues with him, as him being a president, and the fact that we do feel like him being the president is not helping the situation, because it does seem like racism is at an all-time high, and I just feel like there has to be something put in place to just stop all this racism that's going on in the world. Honestly, it just makes me sick to my stomach. But yes, we have had many conversations, and we are both on the same page when it comes to that,
Okay. Okay.
if that answered your question.
It did. And I appreciate you being so open and transparent about the situation. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
absolutely. I wanted to just add my little 2 cents when I seen the interracial dating. I'm like, oh, okay, I can share something because
Okay.
I actually
You are
have
the
been married
perfect
to a white
person.
man.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I
So,
appreciate you for calling.
oh, thank you, Michelle. And you have a good evening, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye. Caller 4565. Hello.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey. Who am I speaking with?
This is Jay.
Hey,
This is
Jay.
Jay. Since I don't ever say my name, your fans always say I don't never say my name. So this is Jay from California.
Hey,
I
Jay.
inboxed you and wrote you, so I'm real.
Hey, Jay
And
from
I've been trying to
California.
call. I've been trying to catch you online for the last couple of days. I've been at work. It's like, I guess Atlanta time and California time just don't match, huh?
3 hours. We here. We here. So,
But now to the topic, before I moved to California, when I was back in Arkansas, it's only like black, white, and Mexicans. You got a few Asians. So black people were the only people that I've dated. But when I moved to California, I found myself being more attracted to the other race than my own race. And it was not a problem or anything. It's just the fact that now I don't date black. I don't date black. I date others. And it's just because they just have a sexual attraction. I have a sexual attraction for them. That's all.
okay. So
But
it's
a
a
lot of my
personal
friends,
preference for you.
right. And a lot of my friends think it's a problem. They make fun and pick jokes and stuff. But I think love is love. I don't think love have a color, or age or race or anything.
So
If you in love with somebody, that's from your heart.
right, and I agree with that. But since your preference is Caucasian, and you didn't come from Caucasian, when y'all discuss like
Right.
society issues, like you as a black
Girl, I hope my
male
mama
walking
ain't
out in the
listening.
world, does your partner assist you or feel some kind of way or stand by you if you have issues with the police? Like, will they think it's the police fault or your fault? As a black male, there's some things that you have to go through in society. So I'm just wondering, how do y'all
Right.
discuss these type of issues?
We really never just had a conversation about it. Because, like I said, in California, it's the norm.
Okay.
So we really never had a problem in that area. Now, I will not bring my partner home to visit my family. That's just a no-no.
But why?
Why?
Or vice versa. Have you been to his house or her house? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. Of course. All of my family back in Arkansas, so I'm here by myself.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So, of course, I've been to their house, but I would not bring my spouse to my mama's house just because, like I told you last time I called, in the South, we raised to not bring white people home. Like, if they can't use the comb, don't bring them home type stuff. And that's real, like, to this day.
Okay,
Girl, my mama probably slapped me in the head.
Okay, but I mean,
But like I say, it's not up to me. It's not up to my mom. It's up to me because I just came out as being gay this year at 24 years old.
okay.
Even though in California I've been living my life, but at home you can't be gay. You get what I'm saying? Like when I'm around my family, I'm real like masculine.
Okay.
The only thing that's the same is my voice, is because this is my voice.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I was born with this voice. So, but other than that, I'm real masculine. And even when I came out to my family at 24 years old, they still had a problem.
Wow.
You know? So what I look like bringing a white person home is going to be hell.
But love is love. You know what I mean? Like
I know, but you know, when your parents are from the old school, you know how it is.
Yeah. So that doesn't factor in your decision at all. That you can never take this person. This person will never spend, holidays with you and your family. Like that doesn't bother you one way or the other.
I mean, no, because I haven't been home myself personally in like 3 years. Oh. And that's only because last time I came home, we had my uncle's funeral. And, girl, when I tell you my whole family was fighting each other at the graveyard, girl, we couldn't even get my uncle in the ground.
Oh, Lord.
And that was the last time I went home.
So somebody asked, is your mom more disapproving of you dating white or gay? Like, is there like a balance?
Right. Oh, girl, my mom was mad at me for at least like a month.
I'm sorry?
Huh? I said my mom was mad at me for at least a month when I came out.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty much both. Race wouldn't be an issue. It's just both.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
And that's messed up, you know. Yeah. But hey, that's the life we live.
Yeah. But at the end of the
day, I don't want to hold you up, Michelle. I had to call in because I've been I've been trying to catch you, girl.
I'm here.
I finally called you. I just been working. That's all.
Child, I ain't gonna stop nobody's money. I'm all about the coins. But the only thing,
right,
click that notification button so you can get notified as soon as I do go live.
I got the notification button and the subscription button already locked. But yes. It's just the fact, like when you be going on live, I be at work, so I can't just listen, Okay. But I'm glad I got the chance to call in.
I'm glad you did too, and I appreciate you sharing your story.
Thank you, and you'll be hearing more of me.
Okay, thanks, Jay. I appreciate you.
All right.
Bye. So, y'all, hold on. 1717, you're on the line.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
This is Mad Leo from Chicago.
Yes. You said Mad Leo?
I got blocked earlier.
What?
But I'm gonna speak on my nieces.
What you do, girl?
I'm gonna spill my tea on the earlier conversation about the Kaya and all that situation. I just thought it was beating a dead horse.
We don't want to talk about
life. But anyway, I'm gonna spill my nieces. I have two nieces by my twin. One is her father is from Lebanon.
Okay.
The other one's father is black.
Okay.
My youngest niece did not marry until she was 32. She graduated from Rice, magna cum laude, in microbiology. My family looks like the United Nations. We have Kenyans, whites, Japanese. Part of my family passed the white. So, as she was going to Rice, we kept asking her, do you have a boyfriend? She says, every time a black guy stops me on the street, he wants to know how old I am. And when I tell him I'm in college, he pulls off. So my father has a foundation where we give out scholarships to minorities in nursing. And he was the first black on the Board of Regents for Northern Illinois. So he would mentor young black men and bring them by the house, and they would try to talk to her. And, of course, she speaks very proper. Mm-hmm. She graduated 2 years ahead of time. And every black guy he brought by the house tried to impress her with using big words that were out of place. And she would sit there and tell them, you don't have to try to impress me with using words that you really don't know how to use.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a virgin up until 32. She decided to go back to school to major in medicine. And that's where she met her husband, who's white, which I knew that was going to happen. And here in Chicago, it's very, very hard to meet someone that, I call it giving your mind an orgasm, that can mentally
stimulate,
connect with you,
yes,
and be able to hold a conversation on your level. It would be like lowering your standards to try to fit in. And my niece, whose father is from Lebanon, she married a attorney that's black. When her father met him, he said if I had been involved, he would not be married to a black man. I would have to say so, and to who she married.
Oh.
So our family doesn't look at color. We look at the spirit of a person, the connection. And I'm very pro-black. When you walk in my house, your history is all over. To the point I've had white contractors look at old postcards showing black people with thick lips, eyes bulging out, to where they've gotten so uncomfortable that they've walked out of my home and refused to do the work. But my family is not on a color issue at all.
And I'm not.
It's basically.
Go ahead.
Pardon me?
I don't feel like it's a color issue, but I guess the conversation started with black women aren't open to dating outside our race, while black men are.
I think they prefer
so
to. I really, like my son. My son is dating a white girl, and I knew he would because of what I exposed him to. He doesn't listen to rap music. He doesn't sag his pants.
Well, why does
He's
that,
26
why
years
rap
old,
music
and he just
dictate that he will have not dated?
It's like now, I kind of think the agenda, even watching commercials on TV, you start seeing more and more biracial families. I think the agenda is being pushed to have more biracial.
I think the agenda is
and kind of down the line, you're not going to see, maybe 20 years from now, you're not going to see a dark-skinned person. I really believe that. I'm watching commercials, and I'm seeing a white man in the bed with a black woman and these biracial children. And it seems like that's more accepted in society. And it seems like the agenda that's really being pushed.
But that's more accepted than what?
Than
two black
people of color.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. If you start looking at commercials, and you'll start seeing more and more of biracial couples with biracial children. And I really think that the agenda is to kind of move out of an all-black society.
I would have to disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. I think that, people, of course, clearly have their preferences as far as, to date whomever they like. But I don't feel like there's an agenda to get rid of the black race because we don't like dark-skinned people. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that we.
Well,
I'm saying that the whole agenda in society. I kind of call myself a person with a third eye open. And I tend to see a lot of things that people don't see that live in a bubble. And when you start seeing a lot of commercials, all of a sudden,
but we see a lot of commercials with all gay men. Does that mean that there's an agenda to wipe off the planet?
Oh,
because
I don't think you'll ever see that. I don't think that would be it. I think that after Obama and him being biracial is
But he had a
more
black wife, a
accepted.
dark skinned black wife. So I
Well,
don't
we
know that
won't
that
say she was
agenda
a real
is.
woman. We won't say she was a real woman, but it was his wife.
She had two. She
But
had two girls. She had two children.
Obama
Oh my
is
God, I can't.
was accepted because he was biracial.
Okay.
And being from Chicago, I know he was not from Chicago. Nobody here in Chicago knew him. Nobody knew his name. He was planted here, and he was really accepted because he was biracial. I don't think you would have had a dark-skinned man as president.
Well, I mean that's a fact. But anyway, okay, we're going off subject right now. But thank you,
But
Mad Leo.
start paying attention to what is being fed, what's being programmed on TV,
Okay.
and what's being fed to you. And what's being fed is that yes, we'll accept a biracial couple with biracial children, but it's very few between that you see two dark-skinned people representing any company on TV. And it seems like that's the government's agenda, is to pair black men, black women with Caucasian. And my niece and her husband moved to Atlanta, and they're practicing medicine in Atlanta.
Okay.
And my first fear to him was, are you sure you want to move to Atlanta? There's still a lot of racism. And he said, are you sure? I said, yeah.
Not in Atlanta, maybe outside of Atlanta, but well, anyway. But
They
I appreciate your call, Mad Leo. I have another caller on the line, and I definitely.
But just start paying attention to what's being fed to us.
Okay.
And let me know if you see what I'm seeing.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, it was good talking to you.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay.
Whew. Caller 9088. You are on the line.
Well, all right. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? How are you, Michelle?
I'm good. You don't have a conspiracy theory, do you?
Oh no, girl, that blew me away, girl. Michelle, I was calling in. This is Sean Coker in the chat. I was calling in because I saw the topic. I've actually dated outside my race before, and maybe this is just my experience, but I was dating this Brazilian guy. We got along pretty good, and then, things were happening in my community that he just couldn't simply relate to. I'm not talking about like Black Lives Matter things or anything of that nature. I'm speaking about while we were dating, a person from my neighborhood where I grew up from, they were killed. They were robbed, and someone killed them. And I was explaining to him about what happened, and he was like, it was just something he couldn't understand or whatever, and that kind of offended me. And I was like, no, this is not gonna work, because like, you can't relate to some of the things that could possibly happen in my community to people that I actually know. So this isn't going to work, because we have these cultural differences, and I don't relate to a lot of stuff in your community. But I just felt like a lot of our conversation was so outside it. But he was a very great guy. Mm-hmm. He treated me so nice, and he was very respectful. But that was just the downfall of our relationship. He couldn't relate to me. I could relate to him all day. But when you talk to some people outside of our community, hood communities, mm-hmm. they be like, you speaking a whole nother language.
Wow. So you didn't feel like it could be worked out, or that you could be open to learning, or he could be open to learning more about your culture or your situation, or it was just a deal breaker.
That was a deal breaker for me, and it possibly could have, worked out, but no, I just let it go. We're still really cool to this day, but I don't think we could ever date or anything like that again.
Hmm.
As far as the men in the black community, um, I've dated them, and I just feel like sometimes some men bash black women. I feel like a lot of times black men do not respect black women. I think that I'm a great catch. I think that I'm a great person for someone to want to be with. And then I hear you bashing my sisters. I don't, I'm not with that either. So,
So are you open to dating, again outside of your race, or or did that experience kind of just, kill it for you?
honestly, Michelle, I just feel like I'm open to dating whoever like me, and I know that's crazy to say,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm open to dating anyone who wants to date me. But it's just personal experiences that would lead me to just stray from those type of situations.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing with me. I
Girl,
really,
I woke up and went online and saw you were live. I said, let me see what she's talking about.
yes, to
So
talk
I'm
about
sorry,
Chili,
half woke.
what Chili wants and
Yeah,
what
I
she
didn't
can't
even catch
find
the
and what
first
she
part.
hasn't found in the past 10 years. We just talk. That's all.
All right, well, you keep going, and I do appreciate this live conversation. You have a great night.
Oh, thank you too. And I appreciate you calling.
All right, bye.
Bye bye. Last call for alcohol 4565. You are on the line.
All right, Michelle. This is Jay again. I have to call back because every time I call in, your people be in the comments going off. They saying that I'm talking about a gay issue. Let me break it down to you. When I was growing up, I used to get bullied all the time by black people. If we're talking about black people lifting up black people, like the people in your comment section saying, I used to get bullied all the time, girl, for for having a high pitched voice, for not being hood enough, quote unquote, for not sagging my pants. I wasn't gang banging. I was in band, had a 3.8 GPA. So I used to get bullied a lot by my own people. So if I say I want to date outside my race, before people start making judgments or opinions about something, they need to know the whole detail and the whole 411.
Well, I don't think
Because you don't want
no
to.
one is necessarily judging you, but everyone has their own opinions about dating outside your race. And when you say that you are only dating Caucasian men exclusively, that means you're omitting black people. You understand? And since you come from a
Right.
black woman and a
But
black
I
man, it's like, why would you just totally take them out off the table? You understand what I'm saying? Like, nothing is wrong with having a preference, but don't say I'm never going to date a black man. That seems like you wouldn't date yourself.
hey, my ass crazy sometimes. I'd be like, I don't know. But my whole thing is this. I'm not dissing black people or anything like that just because I don't date them. Like I say, my experience with my own people growing up was not a good experience.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So that was also a factor of me converting, I guess, if people want to call it that.
They're apologizing to you in the chat. They said they were just talking shit, so just calm down. They just be
I
talking.
was gonna say, cause girl, I'm a nice person. Look,
I
I'm
believe you
nice,
because you're
and
a part of the squad. We know you're a nice person. We
I
love
just
you
call,
over here.
I just call up here cause I like your channel. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube. Like I wrote you, I'm new, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to everybody's channel, and you stuck out to me.
Thank
So
you.
I don't mind supporting you.
Oh,
But
thank you so much.
and that's that. So I'm gonna let you go. I just have to call back and just clear my name and my side of my story.
It's clear, Jay. I
All
appreciate
right,
you.
boo.
All right. Bye. That was the final call. Shout out to Jay for giving us the tea, honey, telling us that y'all need to mind y'all business. Jay got his own experiences, and he gonna date whoever the hell he wanna date. Just like Chilli got her list of requirements that she's been holding on to for 8 years and ain't found her a man yet. She is gonna continue looking, but in the meantime, Chilli wants you to know that you need to keep your options open and you need to date outside your race. That's what Chilli said, and that's what Chilli wants for you black women out there who only wants to date black men. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Chilli said it. You hear me? Chilli said it to Essence, and it's in Madame Noir if you want to read it. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight for my impromptu love and relationship and what Chilli wants and what she wants us black women to have, even though she's biracial, but it doesn't matter. I'd like to thank Robin for the super chat and Adore69 for super chatting me earlier. I certainly appreciate you. Oh, and Sexy Skydive from the other night. I didn't say thank you, but I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate the callers, Zills. And yeah, and if you haven't already, visit straightfromtheA.com. I will be working tonight overtime to get some posts up. So I will see y'all later. Thank you guys. Bye.